Welcome to another great Out on a Walk video, everyone. I'm Glen. There's my son. We're gonna go look at the Wisconsin Automotive Museum here in Hartford, Wisconsin. A lot of you might not know, back in the 1930s and 40s, Hartford was home to the KIssel Car Company. Yeah, right up there at Main Street, up by the mine shaft. So we're gonna go look at some of those cars now, so let's go out on a walk, or in on a walk, or whatever you wanna call it, since we're going inside and not walking outside, really. This part is actually the Shower Arts Center here in Hartford. They have like plays and stuff like that. We actually came on a day where they actually have a play going on or something, so that's why there's a lot of people parked in the driveway. Connor's favorite part too is the train set. That's pretty neat.
That's made from the factory display. That's the factory display. It's supposed to be made similar to it.
Look at that truck.
Which truck?
The Elvis truck.
Oh, yeah, it's the Elvis truck in there. That's awesome. The bald eagle.
I see a train going on. Where are you going?
Big engines. These are old Nashes.
I'm reading the Nash.
That's pretty. Did I ever show you that movie, The Shadow? Yeah, I did. It's kind of like the cars from that era. And this one? Well, Dad would like that because he's got the Rambler Marlin. It's an 02 Rambler. A 1902 Rambler. Not a 2002 Rambler. Well, there'd never be a 2002 Rambler anyway, because, of course, they went out of business.
Hey, look, they're showing stuff.
I think they're showing stuff up there. You think the Eagle's a projector? That's like wooden car things. It's pretty
Hey, look,
neat.
it's what are those?
The old stagecoach. Covered wagons from wagon times. You've died of dysentery.
There's an engine over there.
They're old Kissels. Yeah, sewing machine.
Why is there a sewing machine?
Because it's actually the largest museum of KIssel cars. They got the most amount of these cars left, more than anyone else, I'm assuming. And you'd assume so because it's Hartford and that's where these cars were made. I'm rambling like a rambler. Are you having a seat? Or you're watching the television screen? Huh. Imagine it was like driving one of these things new. These were all new at one time. Families drove around in these. Isn't that crazy? 1929 KIssel engine. 95 horsepower. Fast and the Furious 1920s style. Their top speed was what, like 30 miles an hour? Still, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. No, I'm not. Look how much this car was new. $3,475. If only cars today were that cheap. Well, Connor just said cars today are only $700, more like $10,000 to $30,000 depending on what you get. What?
Look at that.
Man, I'm looking at the old truck. Look at that.
What is this?
It almost looks like the really old 1930s Batmobile from the old comic books.
This is a seat from the KIssel.
Oh, that's neat. There's all this good vintage stuff. It's really cool. There's that popular, you know, strong woman type picture that you always see, old timey. Look at the fire trucks. These guys created the KIssel Car Company, the owners and founders. These are old Hudsons. It's the Hudson Hornet from Cars. Isn't that awesome?
Where's the purple one?
Wow, that's a big one. It's a family jet ski. Your whole family can sit on the back of that one. That's crazy. Oh man, Blad's beer. Blad's gives you the splats. Oh, the old oven. It's Sears made their own car. And it was only $385 new. It'd be funny that if you get the Sears Christmas catalog on any given year, there'd be cars in it like that. I'm just making that up. It'd be funny if that was true. Yeah, these were always really cool. Look at all that gold. There's an upstairs area of this museum too, and they got a lot of cool stuff up there. I think I can be a little bit louder too, because I have to speak in like hushed tones down here. So, you wanna go upstairs, kid? Yeah, let's go upstairs. This area is under 24-hour surveillance. They're surveillancing me while I'm doing some surveillancing of the place. There's an old AMC back there. Oh, look at this Chevy truck. I built a little model truck of this one time. I love the old Chevy trucks, they're really cool. Yeah, they never usually have this area open, but now they do. It's all dedicated to racing and whatnot. Lonnie Lentz? We found a Lentz. I wonder if that's any relation to me. Holy shit. Probably not, but there's lenses all over the place. But it's still pretty cool. It's Miles the Mouse. Some pretty cool artwork on his race car, though. This place is so freaking cool, and it only gets better because there's a huge train in here too. But we'll get to that eventually. There's a lot of show cars up here in the upstairs part. Now we're getting to my era in the 80s. The 89 Corvette. It's not my favorite year Corvette, though. I'd have to say this one is. Right here. 1970 Corvette. Those are really awesome. It's a plane. That's awesome. Another old Nash up here. That car is weird, isn't it? This Nash. The headlights are like dead center of the car. This is really weird. It's a Corvair. Grandpa Allen had a couple of these Corvairs. I don't know if you remember that. He had one sitting around. They got like a flat engine in them.
I remember.
In the back. Those are a really strange car that Chevy had a part of. Oh, a Tornado. Grandpa Allen had one of these too. I think those are really cool to get the hideaway headlights in the front that pop up. Let's see if I can guess the year of this Bel Air without looking. I want to say not 57. I know what a 57 looks like because they were one of my favorite cars. 53, I want to say, without looking. Was I right? Oh, I was right. I know because the Pontiac, I think the Star Chief is what the Pontiac version of this was, and that was my favorite car. The 53 Chevy was really pretty cool too. A DeSoto. I know nothing about those. There's a Studebaker. I gotta look at the old Ramblers for Grandpa Allen. Grandpa Allen loves his Ramblers. They're actually pretty neat though.
That place I've never seen either.
I'm trying to look at the Ramblers and Connor's going on about Barney Rubble in that case over there. A good old Rambler though. They were kind of an underrated car. I think they're pretty neat now that Grandpa Allen had a few of them. Well, these are cool, the actual race cars. Bob Fish from West Bend. That guy's been around for years. This car must have been involved in some sort of celebration at one time, like he won or something. Let's go look and see. Homestead, Florida winner, Matt Kenseth. Man, I love this. It wasn't one of Pontiac's most beautiful cars, but a Ventura. I still like it. It's a Crosley. Dude, these two little cars are meant for kids. Like you could probably drive this around. Metropolitan. I don't know much about these smaller little ones, but they couldn't have been too comfortable to sit in. They're cars for kids. Look at these old machines. Hey, I was part of the past. Look, I'm right there. I think these were old cigarette dispensers from way back when. You get a pack of cigarettes for 5 cents. Or in here, this one came later. Lucky Strikes. Camels, Pall Malls. 35 cents, and I'm out of focus. No. Now cigarettes are like, what, $7 a pack? Back then, you could get them for 35 cents. It was a lot easier and economical to smoke back then. I'm not a Mopar guy, but I have to say those old Chryslers, especially that year, that is really, really cool. I don't know much about Chryslers. I don't even know the name of that one, but that really looks cool. I was more of a GM guy.
It's a car made for kids.
It's a Messerschmitt. It has a 1-cylinder engine with 10 horsepower. It's pretty much like a lawnmower, like a glorified lawnmower. Actually, I think the lawnmower we got at home has more horsepower than that. My son has been desperately looking for the DeLorean in this place, because this place used to have the DeLorean. Not the one from Back to the Future, but not the exact one they used in the movie, but they had a DeLorean here for a while that some guy in Hartford owned and had here. But it doesn't seem to be here anymore, which is kind of sad because I wouldn't have minded looking at it either. 38 Chevy. Grandpa had a 30s Oldsmobile. And used to have one exactly like that in here, but I don't see it anymore. Now there's Studebakers. The Studebakers are always cool. It always looked like it had a jet engine on the front of it. Doesn't that look like the car from Fallout 3 too? The ones that you could explode? I think that's what they were modeled after. All they do is a 1950 Oldsmobile. We gotta look at the Roadrunner. Yeah. The Plymouth Roadrunner is one of the most awesome and recognizable cars of all time.
Where's that sticker with the Roadrunner?
It's on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Over the years, we saw Chrysler bring back the Challenger and the Charger. Chrysler, you need to bring back the Roadrunner. That was an awesome car. To not do it would be a crime. It's cool, all the old things that they've collected over the years and keep in here. Car memorabilia, a battery tester from way back, or spark plug tester, I think, from way back in the day. It's crazy. It's a Woody wagon. Those are really pretty neat. An old Ford Woody. It was like a wood camper too. It reminds me of the camper from the Donald Duck cartoon. You remember that one Donald Duck cartoon? Or him and Goofy were on like a road trip, him and Goofy and Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like a wooden camper that looked kind of like that. The teardrop camper. That's really neat. That's really, really cool. I like that. We're gonna go look at the train now. The locomotive is that way. Entrance to the rail shed exhibit. It's always really cold in here though. They do not heat this part. Let's go look at like the service trucks in here. And they still got a wreath on the front of it. They brought this bad boy out of hiding for Christmas. Remember that?
Yeah.
You can go see the Out on a Walk, the Hartford Christmas Parade. It's still in the Out on a Walk section of my YouTube channel. And I did reference this museum and the KIssel Car Company. And they've actually brought this train out. And we actually did look at it while I was running in that video. So if you want to see this train run, go watch the Out on a Walk Hartford Christmas Parade video. You can see this train run. It's a 48 Jeep. You could.
In the train.
Is there a video in the train? There's people eating inside of the train. No, I'm just kidding.
There's the video.
It's this little thing on the pole. A moving video presentation about the train. They're sitting here looking all over the place for this mysterious talking and thanks for watching, everyone. That's the Wisconsin Automotive Museum here in Hartford, Wisconsin. I'll put a website somewhere below in the comments section. So if you like this and you want to see more from me, just click on that subscribe button and get Glenified. I'll see you all next time.